In today's video, man, we're going to be discussing all of the WWE action figures that we are going to see San Diego Comic-Con 2025. And at the time you're seeing this, it is about 48 hours plus until we get to the event itself. We will be having preview night on Wednesday night at Comic-Con, and it is approaching very fast. But in this video, if you don't want any spoilers for Comic-Con, then do not watch this video. I mean, I'm not going to be spoiling everything that we're going to see. This is just kind of based off previous history that we have seen at WWE World or WrestleMania. Things that have been announced already. Maybe we got renders of it. Maybe we got prototypes of it. This is everything I expect to 100% see at Comic-Con, but I'll tell you on top of this, not only are we going to see these figures that I'm going to talk about in this video, we're also going to see loads and loads more, man. Pre-orders, renders, surprises, all kinds of stuff, and there are things in this video I can't talk about that I know we're going to see, but I can't talk about them, so you'll just have to wait and see for yourselves. But anyways, man, we're going to dive into it today with everything we're going to see at San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm excited for it. We're going to start with the Ultimates, we'll dive into the Elites, and we'll just break everything down for you, man, but I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's start things off with Ultimate Editions. Now, usually, once we get a gallery of a said figure set, so take Ultimate Edition Series 27, for example, the Logan Paul, the Bayley, the CM Punk, since we pretty much have them fully rendered out, I mean, they could be shipping any week. I don't think we're going to see figures like that, man. You're not going to see Elite Series 120 at this show. I mean, they may talk about it. There may be a display, but I highly doubt it, man. They usually put out only brand new things that are just now being revealed or just being put out. So this is going to start with Ultimate Edition Series 28 and not Series 27, featuring Logan Paul, CM Punk, and Bayley. That set should be shipping from ringside any day now. But what I do fully expect to see is Ultimate Edition Series 28 featuring Uncle Howdy, Tiffany Stratton, and Eddie Guerrero. I think these will be fully decked out. We're going to know exactly what accessories we're getting. We're going to know what the head sculpts are going to look like. Now, we're probably going to only get prototypes on display, but you never know how far along these figures are. And usually Mattel sometimes doesn't even know what they're getting until the day of the show. They're still getting samples from the factories and things like this to pack up and bring to the show in San Diego. Mattel's headquarters and design center is in Los Angeles, and it's, you know, it's not that far of a drive to San Diego, so they'll just pack up that stuff and they'll go and they'll bring it to the show. So this full set I expect to see. I'm excited to see all of the details. The only figure from the set we haven't even seen a render of is Uncle Howdy, so I do expect to fully see him in the plastic right there on display, and hopefully it's not just a grayed out render or prototype. Hopefully it's actually going to be a fully colored deal and we get to see everything that's going to be, you know, coming with this set. Now, some other Ultimate Editions that we have to get into that I know they're going to be revealing or showcasing is going to be Dominic Mysterio. Now, we did see him in a render image back at WWE World at the little panel they did at WrestleMania, and for this figure, I assume this is Ultimate Edition Series 29 because it's a mainline talent. I don't know where else they could kind of forge him in there. I fully expect Dom to be in this wave. And another figure that could be in this set is Umaga. Now, with the Umaga Ultimate Edition, because they plugged in an Eddie Guerrero in Series 28, I guess it's fully possible that we can be getting an Umaga in the main Ultimate Edition line. Now, is it kind of out? I feel like it's kind of off the beaten path. It's not as maybe just straight mainline superstars that you expect to see in the Ultimate Edition line, but I'm all for it. You know, I guess it's possible we do see a Legends Ultimate Umaga figure. This could belong to the Legends figure, and maybe I just misspoke, and maybe it's already been announced, but at the time of recording this, I didn't fully flesh that out. So, I mean, I could see him being in the main line. I could see him being in the Legends line. Regardless, we're going to find out what this damn Umaga looks like, and it looks really good right here. Now, the rest of the figures in Ultimate Edition Series 29, I don't know. I'm about 99% sure Dominic Mysterio will be in there, but the other two figures, I'm not sure. I would love to see Liv Morgan. I feel like she's way overdue for an Ultimate Edition. I don't know how she doesn't have an Ultimate Edition, and for that figure, I hope we at least see some new head sculpts because Liv Morgan has been struggling in the head sculpt department. So we'll see about that. We'll have to see what comes of that, but some other Ultimate Editions that I expect to see. First of all, the Monday Night Wars Kurt Angle figure. This is a figure we already know what it's going to look like. We already know the accessories we're getting. You guys know that Scott Steiner should be hitting relatively soon. I imagine in the next month or so, we'll be able to walk into a Walmart and find that Scott Steiner Ultimate with the straitjacket. But the next figure following that is going to be Kurt Angle, and I expect him to be on display because he will be the next one in line, and we've only seen a grayed out prototype at WrestleMania at WWE World, and then we have seen a render. So I fully expect the full thing to be almost finished and be on display there in the booth at Comic-Con. So Kurt Angle's on the list. Another one I expect to see with the packaging is going to be the Dudley Boys. The Ultimate Edition Dudley Boys were announced at WrestleMania, and this is a set that we fantasy booked a long time ago. You know, we've seen these Ultimate Edition 2-packs. I'm praying and hoping that the next Ultimate Edition 2-pack is going to be the Hardy Boys, and I'm just crossing my fingers and praying that that's going to be a surprise for us, that it'll go up for pre-order and everything over the weekend. I could be wrong there. I'm just going to, I'm throwing a Hail Mary, if you will. I'm hoping that that'll be the case, but we already have a box set coming of the Dudleys, like we mentioned before. I expect to see those guys on display. We got the Usos in the past, and we got the Steiner brothers in the past. I think they're going to continue that tag team theme, and I hope, again, that it's going to be the Hardys, but who knows? I mean, we could see a different tag team, but the Dudley Boys should be there. They should come with tables. It should be a beautiful looking set. Could be the best Dudley Boy figures ever made, and I think this is going to be sweet. So the Dudley Boys I fully expect, and then I think this is the last Ultimate Edition that we know about. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I could be missing one. Absolutely could be missing one down in the comment section, but you can let me know all those things. But Bray Wyatt, the Legends Target exclusive Bray Wyatt figure that we saw in the crab walk at WrestleMania in the display case, I think that one will be updated. We'll get to see what he comes with, maybe a rocking chair, maybe a cloth goods apron or something like that with some brand new head sculpts. I think that'll be really sweet, and I hope to see that on display. But I think that is all the Ultimate Edition figures that we have not seen updated just yet. So I know those are coming. Now, on top of this, there's going to be plenty that we have not seen, man. There's going to be a lot of stuff that, we have not seen. Now, I don't expect to see Mattel Creations CM Punk. I don't expect to see the Cody Rhodes Ultimate Edition 2-pack. Those are completely possible, but I think that we're going to see newer things. I don't think it's going to be those same figures that we saw. Another set that I think will be on display will be the Comic-Con exclusive John Cena, but that's because they're going to be advertising that for people to pick up at the show itself, and that'll be a big thing right there, and it's going to be up for pre-order on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, I think. So if you guys are wanting that figure, that is going up this week, so be prepared for that, as well as many, many, many more pre-orders from all over the place. But let's get into the Elite figures, man. Elite Series 121. Now, we know Elite Series 120 is the Cody Rhodes wave in the suit with the pink chase. In Elite Series 121, we did talk about this in a news video. This was leaked out, and we talked about this a few months back, but we do have the full lineup here. We have CM Punk as the chase figure. I'm hoping one of these is his white gear, I think from Bash in Berlin. I hope to God that is one of the gears here. But Obafemi is also in this wave. Carmelo's also in this wave. John Cena is going to be the collector's edition, as we know. That's been a running theme all year, that we know he's going to be a collector's edition in all these waves. Maybe it's the Vanilla Ice gear. Maybe it's something completely shocking. I don't care what it is, Brad. I just hope it's a damn good John Cena, as we always know. And then we do have Alba Fire in this wave, and then we do have Austin Theory. Now, overall, the set is not the most exciting, but I think they can up some excitement. I know that I'm not a big fan of the Carmelo. I don't like the way the head sculpt looks. I think that the Obafemi is super exciting. We know that we're getting him in basic form. Think that's great. Can't wait to see what his Elite looks like. This should be fully fleshed out and on display at Comic-Con here. Austin Theory, I still don't like his arm size. It's going to be his WrestleMania 40 counterpart to the Elite 117 Grayson Waller with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Expect him to be in white and green from that figure. So we're kind of, you can use context clues. You can kind of figure out what we expect to see. But again, there's going to be tons more that we do not know about that is also going to be revealed. So just keep these things in mind. But that is Elite Series 121. Hopefully it's good. But in Elite Series 122, I'm guessing, we do know that Julia is on the panel, right? We know that Julia is on the panel for the San Diego Comic-Con reveals and things like that. Last year it was CM Punk and Zoe Starks. Year before that it was Seth Rollins and Mankind or Mick Foley. And so this year I'm expecting, with Julia being on there, I expect her rendered figure to be fully produced, or pretty much produced. They'll probably have a prototype to present to her at Comic-Con at the panel, and then we'll get to see that. I'm guessing she's in Elite Series 122 or 123. I'm going to say Elite 122, but I also expect to see Lyra Valkyria, which is another figure that I think could also be in Elite Series 122. Now, 2 women in one set, it's possible. I don't know if it's going to be that way, but it could definitely be possible. And if one of those is in Elite 122, then the other might or could be in 123. So we're just going to have to, again, play that by ear, see what's revealed. But I fully expect to see the Julia and the Lyra figures completely done. And I guess another Ultimate Edition I can throw in there that I know is going to be coming, or at least I'm praying that we see, is going to be an Ultimate Edition Jacob Fatu. He could also be an Ultimate Edition Generation Series 29. We do know he's going to be on the panel as well. And everybody that's on the panel, they always present them with a figure. So I'm expecting Jacob Fatu to get an Ultimate Edition, and they'll present it to him, and it'll be a big deal. And then Jey Uso, he could possibly get another Ultimate as well. But we do know he's in the Defining Moments set, which we're going to talk about right now, because I expect, again, to see the Defining Moments sets. Now, I expect to see both sets. I expect to see the 4-pack featuring Stone Cold, Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, and Kurt Angle, the set that we saw last time with the Bloody Austin, from WrestleMania 13. Fully expect to see those 4 figures, and then I think on display possibly next to them, or that are going to be revealed, is going to be the next set of Defining Moments figures. These are the ringside exclusive 4-packs here, and we know that the set consists of Penta right now. Remember, we saw the grayed out scale. Fully expect to see him in pretty much entirety, or at least close to it. Maybe a sculpted prototype. Maybe it'll be painted. We'll have to see. But fully expect to see Penta there. We also know Jey Uso's coming in this set. I think these figures will be pretty fleshed out. I mean, we got the kind of, multicolored prototype back at WrestleMania. So Jey Uso should be pretty much completed in a prototype form. I think CM Punk from his, in his white Pepsi shorts, we should see him again in prototype form, but you should see all the details, right? Or most of the details. I think you're going to get to see the sculpt, paint work, and all those things. And I don't think the last figure in that Defining Moments set with Penta, Jey Uso, and CM Punk, I don't think that full set was fully revealed. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that I think Phoenix is going to be the last one in that set. Now, I could be wrong. It could be a completely different character. I just think it'd be cool to have Penta and Rey in the same wave. And so I'm going to say that Phoenix is the last figure in that set, and that will kind of bring those guys into the line with a really cool Defining Moments set in the ringside exclusive Defining Moments packaging in that 4-pack there with Jey Uso and CM Punk, and that'll kind of put a bow on that entire set. So that's what I'm going to guess there. It could be wrong. Again, they could do a completely different character, but I'm just going to go out on a whim there. Maybe they plug John Cena in. You guys know they love John Cena, and they've been plugging him in everything, so maybe it'll be a John Cena, but I'm going to say that it's going to be Phoenix as that last figure. But we also know about some other elites here. The Wyatt 6 3-pack, we got to see those in prototype form. Think this is going to be a Walmart exclusive 3-pack. We know that the John Cena set is about to hit retail. We know that the Awesome Truth set is also about to hit, and I think the next set after that is going to be the Wyatt 6. We know about Uncle Howdy, we know about Rowan and Nikki, and I think that all 3 of those should be completely colored, and I bet they'll probably do they could put the whole Wyatt 6 in there just to kind of reiterate those guys, but then again, they are trying to keep them as a traditional 3-pack. We know we're getting Joe Gacy in Elite Series 120, so they may have them separated as their own deal, but we'll have to play that by ear, but I do expect to see the Wyatt 6 3-pack, and then we are getting into some Legends figures. We did know already that we're getting Demolition with Mr. Fuji, and apparently we could be getting the final member there. It was kind of teased back at the panel at WWE World. Steve Ozer did mention that, so we'll see, but I expect these guys to be on full display. I don't think we'll see the curtain call set with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Razor, and Diesel. I don't think we'll see that set. We already saw that set at WWE World, so I think that'll be something that we don't see. But again, the next few Legend sets is usually what they like to reveal, and I fully expect to see Demolition with Mr. Fuji. And they did also show off a prototype of Michelle McCool back at WWE World. I bet that figure will be finished up. We'll get to see the details in her head sculpt, the paint apps, what gear it's going to be, all those things, because I don't even think they showed off a render of her back at WrestleMania, so I bet they'll show her in her entirety with what her figure is going to come with. And the thing about all of these figures is not only are you going to see it in the booth, but different sites. I think Steve Ozer will probably post up some stuff, usually the morning of Comic-Con, so Wednesday morning, like at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., Amazon will put out some images, or Walmart, or somebody will put out images of an upcoming exclusive and kind of not spoil it, but they'll kind of quote-unquote show off the images, of that gallery of the promotional photos, usually the morning of Comic-Con, and that could be the Michelle McCool set, that could be something else. We'll see what comes out, with that. So Target could end up putting up the Legends photos, or Walmart could put up Monday Night War photos, or whatever it is. So just stay tuned for that, man. You want to be, staying on socials, follow me on Instagram, all those things for those kinds of updates and things of that nature. But that is the Legends figures that I expect to see. We also have the Top Picks figures with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We already know about their gears. They're already up for pre-order, and I expect these guys to be shipping relatively soon. The Top Picks waves are weird, man. They come and go really, really fast, and so I expect to see both of these figures possibly in the Elite case, and it could be the next wave. It may not even be, they may skip over the set and not show the set at all, or they could have them in there mingled among the rest of them there, but I expect to see these figures possibly. If they're not the Cody and Randy from the new Top Picks wave, I bet we'll see some more Top Picks, you know, whatever those will be. Whoever the hell they choose, right? But I'd love to see Penta in a Top Picks wave or something like that. But another set I expect to see is going to be the Greatest Hits set. Now, it could be this set, it could be the next Greatest Hits, it could be the next Greatest Hits Legends, but we do know about Cody, Logan Paul, Jacob Fatu, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. All of these are going to be straight up re-releases. So Cody is going to be Elite Series 111. I think that Logan Paul is going to be his Top Picks figure in the blue and yellow. I think Jacob Fatu will be his Elite 118 figure, and I think the Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be based on his WrestleMania 38 Elite with the Vince McMahon Build-A-Figure that was released of his last matchup a few years ago. So that Greatest Hits set, and I think Steve Ozer did also come out and say that that is a straight-up re-release. They are not repainting any of those. Those are legitimately straight-up re-releases. But then we do have some exclusive sets here, or some Build-A-Figure sets that we are going to get into that we already knew about, and that is going to start off with the Monday Night Wars line, and we saw a render of this figure. It is the Lex Luger figure, and that figure specifically is a part of the NWO Associate Bossman wave, and in this set with him is going to be our Booker T. We also have The Rock, and we also have Fatu in the colorful gear. So all of those figures were shown off in prototype form, and we did get some render images of those. Fully expect those to be fully painted, and I bet they'll showcase some more Monday Night Wars figures, whether those be in prototype form, whether they be in renders, or possibly both. We'll probably get a teaser of upcoming Ultimates in the Monday Night Wars line as well, and they may even they usually do a full Monday Night Wars display themselves, so that'll be a big thing there with that. And then the last two Elite sets I expect to see are going to be coming out of our news videos from last week. If you guys missed these, definitely go check them out for more details on gear and stuff. But we do know that in these waves, in the Royal Rumble Elite set, we're getting LA Knight, CM Punk, Ultimate Warrior, and John Cena. And the Build-A-Figure is going to be Corey Graves. And in this video, I'll go ahead and show there was a leak or something of parts of the Corey Graves figure, I do believe. I think this is part of the Corey Graves figure, as you guys can see in this sculpt right here. So I'll just plug that in so you guys can see exactly what this is supposed to look like. I think this is Corey Graves. It could be a different character, I guess, but I'm just assuming this is Corey Graves. Kind of a boring gear in navy, but it could just be prototype. I don't know exactly, but I think this is supposed to be Corey Graves, but that is our full set for Royal Rumble. And then we do have the WrestleMania 42 set, which we also knew about, featuring John Cena from WrestleMania 23. We have Seth Rollins from apparently WrestleMania 41. We have Jake the Snake from, I think, his matchup with Undertaker, maybe WrestleMania 6 or something. And then we also have Stardust from his WrestleMania 31 matchup, I think, in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match in the black, orange, and silver, which should be a very interesting repaint of the Elite 103 Stardust. And then I think the Build-A-Figure in this set is going to be Sam Roberts, if you include the rumors. If you're following the rumors, I do believe all of that. So every single one of these figures that we just talked about should be on display or revealed or updated and shown at San Diego Comic-Con. Last year we did this exact video, and I'm pretty sure we batted 1,000. Of course, there was more than shown than this. This is not all the figures they're going to show. They're going to show many more than this. This is just kind of the baseline, what I expect to see, what I expect to be updated, what I expect out of the Mattel design team. And again, things are subject to change. You know, anything is possible, but as far as all the figures revealed or what I expect to see, man, I definitely believe, without a shadow of a doubt, all these figures should be shown off in some way, whether they're posted in gallery form or on display at Comic-Con themselves. This is what I expect out of Mattel and ringside and everything like that. So if you guys are hyped for this, this is kind of the stuff I expect to see. But again, they're going to be throwing curveballs. They're going to reveal new sets, tons and tons of things that we do not even know about. New Ultimates, new Elites, new renders, new exclusives, new pre-orders, all coming in the coming days, man. So be on the lookout, man. But again, I will be out there covering it all. So follow along on the channel so you do not miss any of it, man. I plan on doing a lot of San Diego Comic-Con coverage there, random videos of the week, maybe vlog my experience, all those different things, man. So stay tuned to the channel, but I think I'm getting the hell out of here, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts. What figure out of the known stuff are you most excited to see an update about? I'm really excited to see, you know, some of the, like the Eddie Guerrero Ultimate, the Tiffany Stratton Ultimate, trying to see, you know, maybe if they can get some of those things right. Really excited to see all these John Cenas. You know, I'm excited for the John Cenas, what those updates look like, what collector's editions they are. Is it going to be the Vanilla Ice gear? The WrestleMania 23 update. Really excited to see these things, man. So with that being said, I'm getting the hell out, man. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one.